Friends, we can all see that many white bloggers have millions of followers. Please support me too, because my followers are still few. Black bloggers also deserve to be famous. My friends, let's unite and lift each other up. Please press subscribe button and like. The blood on Amara Cole's lip wasn't what made Officer Stephen Hall's hand freeze mid-reach for his cuffs. It was the way she smiled, calm, knowing, almost pitying, as sirens wailed in the distance and dozens of phones captured every second. "You have no idea who you just put your hands on," she said softly, her military training evident in every control breath. This is a story of how one traffic stop in Northwind exposed a decade of corruption, sparked a nationwide movement, and proved that sometimes the most powerful warriors fight their battles in complete silence. The morning sun cast long shadows across Maple Avenue in Northwind, a picturesque suburban street where American flags hung from every other porch. It was a kind of neighborhood where everyone knew everyone, or at least pretended to. Amara Cole didn't belong here. Officer Hall had decided that the moment he spotted her walking down the sidewalk at 8:47 a.m., she moved with purpose. Her gray hoodie pulled up, a worn military-issue backpack slung over one shoulder. All he saw was a black woman in a predominantly white neighborhood, and his instincts kicked in. "Control, this is Unit 23. He spoke into his radio as he slowed his patrol car. Got a possible 1066 on Maple Avenue. African-American female, approximately 30 years old, gray hoodie, black backpack. Checking it out." The dispatcher's voice crackled back. "Copy that, Unit 23. Backup available if needed." "Won't be necessary," Hall replied, pulling his cruiser to the curb ahead of Amara. "Just a routine check." Amara noticed a patrol car before it stopped. Her training kicked in: threat assessment, escape routes, potential weapons. But this was Northwind, not a combat zone. "Ma'am," Hall's voice boomed as he exited his vehicle, hand resting on his holstered Glock 17. "I need you to stop right there." Amara stopped, not because she had to, but because she had learned long ago that sometimes the smartest tactical decision was to let your opponent think they had control. "Good morning, officer," she said, her voice carrying authority. "Is there a problem?" Hall's first thought was that her voice didn't match what he expected. He had expected fear or defiance, but instead, she regarded him with detached interest. "I need to see some identification," Hall said, moving closer, violating the standard safety distance. "May I ask why? Have I committed a crime?" Hall's jaw tightened. He hated when they knew their rights. "You're acting suspicious," he said. "Walking while black, you mean?" Amara interrupted. "I didn't say that." By now, more people had noticed the interaction. Sarah Martinez, pushing her twins in a stroller, had stopped. James Chun, a retired Marine, stood on his porch. Eleanor Price, the neighborhood watch president, peered through her curtains. "What's in the backpack?" Hall demanded, his voice rising. "Personal items," Amar replied. "Officer, am I being detained?" "You are now," Hall said, stepping closer. This was the moment. Amara had faced it before, in grocery stores, airports, corporate buildings. Each time she had to choose, comply or resist. But today felt different. Maybe it was the weight of all those moments. Maybe it was a memory of her squad leader who had died in her arms. "No," she said simply. "You have no reasonable suspicion. I know my rights." More phones came out. Hall's hand moved to his radio. "Control, Unit 23 requesting backup. Subject refusing to comply. Copy, Unit 23. Unit 19 en route. 3 minutes. In combat. 3 minutes would feel like 3 hours or 3 seconds." Amara had learned that 3 minutes was everything. That young lady jogs past here every morning. James can call from his porch. She's no trouble to anyone. Hall spun toward the voice. "Sir, please stay back. This is a police matter." "It's a harassment matter," Sarah Martinez said. "She's literally just walking." Hall felt control slipping. "Everyone needs to step back," he said, his voice cracking. "This is police business." It's the public's business when it's happening on a public street. Marcus called out, "Still filming." I'm giving you one last chance, Hall said, moving to his taser. Turn around, hands on the vehicle, or I'll arrest you for obstruction. Obstruction of what? Amara asked. Of your illegal detention. Hall's hand tightened on his taser. You're going to comply, or you're going to jail. That's when Amara smiled, a calculated smile. I want you to remember this moment, not because of what's about to happen to me, but because of what's about to happen to you. The backup unit siren wailed in the distance, getting closer. More neighbors had emerged. The crowd had grown, all recording, all watching. Hall's hand tightened on his taser. I'm giving you 3 seconds to lower that taser and walk away. After that, I defend myself. The crowd held its breath. 1. Hall's finger moved to the trigger. 2. Richardson stepped between them. Steve, for God's sake, put it down. 3. Hall lunged for Amara, but she sidestepped, using his momentum against him. He stumbled into his own patrol car, hitting the hood with a thunk. Oh my God, Eleanor Price exclaimed. Hall, blood streaming from his nose, saw it differently. You think you've won, he shouted. You're nothing. Admiral Jennifer Cross stepped forward, her presence commanding. Officer Hall, would you like to finish that sentence you were about to say to one of my SEALs? Hall's mouth opened and closed, but no words came out. The arrival of military brass shattered his composure. You think you're above the law? Cross continued. You are about to face consequences for your actions. The crowd erupted in applause, but Amara raised her hand for silence. What happened here today isn't just about me or Officer Hall. It's about a system that allows this behavior to continue. It's about the complaints that get buried, the videos that mysteriously disappear. This is about courage, the courage to stand up, to speak out, to record the truth. As the crowd cheered, Hall's face turned pale. He realized he was losing control of the narrative. The cameras were rolling and the world was watching. Amara stood tall, embodying the strength of countless voices that had been silenced for too long. The moment was electric, charged with the potential for change. Officer Hall, Amara said, her voice steady. You have a choice to make. You can either continue down this path of abuse and corruption, or you can acknowledge the truth and begin to change. The crowd held its breath, waiting for Hall's response. Would he double down on his aggression, or would he recognize the power of the moment? And just as the tension reached its peak, the sound of sirens echoed in the distance, signaling the arrival of backup. The stakes had never been higher, and the eyes of the nation were upon them. Do you want to know the fate of the heroes? Please post part 2. Subscribe to the channel and continue watching. Your opinion and support are important to me. Leave it in the comments. Thank you.